Hi all, it's Jessica with the Houde School of Acting, and today we're going to talk Meisner. So in today's lesson I have two students demonstrating a relationship in the Meisner Technique. The focus here is to teach these students to actually believe in who they are to each other, right? When we talk about relationship, we all as humans act differently around a police officer than we would a neighbor, right? For sure, there's a behavior change that happens when we stand next to a police officer and we have to discuss something with a police officer, correct? A doctor and a bartender or a server, there's a difference in our behavior. We feel differently because of who this person is to us. Now, what we're working towards today is to teach you guys how to actually have that behavior and understand it without thinking about it, but just for it to come naturally to you. Okay, so these two are going to be demonstrating a relationship. It's a little bit more intense. It's not a simple one like students, coworkers, boss, employee. They're adding a layer to that. The goal will be for you guys out here to be able to guess who they are to each other, possibly what's going on with them by their behavior. We're not trying to focus on dialogue at this point. Once I see that these two have the behavior of the relationship that they set up, then we can jump into the scene. But right now we want to make sure we can actually have the emotional life, and then the dialogue will ride right on top of that. Okay, so I'm going to grab these two, and then I'll hop back on and we'll talk about it. Real quick, if you're interested in a free class, please click the link below. All right, thanks. Pakob and Sam, when you're ready.
Yes! Yes! Oh, Sam, what?
Don't.
You're
I'm pissed as fuck right now.
you're angry.
I'm very angry.
You're being aggressive right now. You're worrying me. Okay.
I don't give a fuck that I'm being aggressive. And you keep walking away, it's pissing me off.
You're being so hostile right now.
Stand straight like a man to me.
Sam, you're scaring me.
Good.
Good.
You don't like that, do you?
No, I don't like that.
I don't even get it. I don't care. The fact that you keep backing up,
Sam,
it's pissing me off.
Sam, you're making me uncomfortable.
You're uncomfortable. You're uncomfortable.
You're surprised by that?
I'm pissed off by
You act like a maniac right now.
Good.
Okay?
And you acting shocked is pissing me off.
I'm confused. I'm confused.
Take out.
Okay. You have to restrain yourself?
From killing you, yes.
Sam, Sam.
Take out.
No, Sam, it's not. No. Sam. Okay,
Okay, great. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this. You guys can take a seat. So this is a relationship. I want to first discuss what they set up, and then I'm going to talk about how I would tweak it if we were in class, because this is the very first time they've done this relationship. And then my job is to figure out, okay, where we went a little off and how I can tweak it and make it more specific. So out here, we'll be able to understand completely what's going on by their behavior. So they set up that they've been friends for a long time. They are business partners. So they started a company, own the company together. They get along fine. Sam got married, has a beautiful wife, a child, and Pakob slowly became infatuated with her, fell in love with her, and he just, as of recently, today or yesterday, propositioned her to actually leave Sam and come to Pakob, or come marry Pakob. And that's what they've set up. Now, strong scenario, strong relationship, right? So best friends, open up a business together, doing really well. Pakob falls in love with Sam's wife, actually goes and approaches her, asks her if she wants to leave Sam for him. That's a lot, right? That's a lot. Now, what we're talking about when we try to work towards relationship is having a point of view towards each other, understanding who this person is to us and how we feel about them, right? So Sam comes in and he is angry at Pakob, right? He is very angry with him. He's astounded, he's shocked, he's just pissed off. He cannot believe that he betrayed him that way. Sam has a very strong point of view. Pakob is kind of, I want to say, something that we talk about in class, sort of playing dumb, like, I'm shocked, I'm confused. Something I always talk about is if you've purposely made a choice like this, you know what you've done, and so now we have to deal with the repercussions, right? We know that most likely Sam is probably going to find out, and we have to deal with that. We have to have a point of view about it. We already know that ahead of time. So how would we naturally feel about that? An example I love to give, which don't ask me how I've ever come up with this, but I did. Let's say that you live in a neighborhood, and it's like a close-knit neighborhood, and you've got Ralph over there, who's a stay-at-home dad. When his kids are off of school, you've noticed him go to all the women's houses and kind of like flirt with them, right? And he's married. Ralph's married to, let's say, Susan. And you've noticed Ralph go from like house to house and kind of flirt with the ladies a little bit. And so you're aware of that, and it's like, okay, that's a little odd, but whatever. And then you notice Ralph go to, let's say, Patricia's house every single day at like 11 o'clock. And he kind of goes in their house and he's there for an hour or so, right? You start to think something's weird, right? And then all of a sudden now you see them kiss outside the door. Meanwhile, she's married to Pete and Ralph's married to whoever I said, I can't remember anymore. So they're married and they're having an affair, obviously. So I'm home and I'm watching all this and I'm like, what the heck? He is having an affair with her. So I make the decision to go over, let's say, and tell his wife, hey, I want to let you know that your Ralph's having an affair on you. Maybe I make that conscious decision. I feel like I need to tell her. So I do. Now here comes Ralph pounding on my door. I'm not like, oh, Ralph, I'm surprised you're here. No, I'm like, crap. I was just going to swear, so I'm glad I didn't. I'll be like, crap, I cannot believe that she told him. So now I got to deal with it. Am I uncomfortable? Am I pissed at her for telling him? Do I feel strong that, hey, whatever, Ralph, like this is crap that you're at my doorway because you're the one doing something wrong. You know, what's my point of view towards that? Because I know I'm putting myself out there ahead of time by telling Ralph's wife. I know there could be something I have to deal with. Maybe not, maybe so. But because I know that, I've got to have a point of view about it. I can't just act dumb and confused. I made the choice to do that. So this is something I would work towards with these guys. Pakob didn't know how to deal with Sam because Sam was up in his face. So instead of having a strong point of view as, Sam, I understand you're upset. I do feel bad, but I don't appreciate this. Or Sam, I understand you're upset. I get it. It was wrong of me. Having a point of view, that's what we need to work towards. But we don't want to try to play him. We don't want to try to deny it. We want to be able to say, this is what happened and this is how I felt about it. And then allow the exercise to go where it goes naturally. So what I would have these guys do is I think, Pakob had a great emotional preparation when he came in. He was feeling uplifted. He was actually feeling really good, like on top of the world as he got up on the table. From there, now we've got to, deal with Sam. Sam came in and he had a very strong point of view. He was so hurt and angry and pissed, right? So I would just have them do this again, which I probably will have them do it again in class, and have Pakob have a strong, firm point of view, have that point of view, and then let it go and let this person take us somewhere. But don't act surprised. That's what we want to work towards, okay? So this is a great example of a relationship, and I always love when there's little things that I can tweak in here because, when we do these in class, a lot of times my students are, kind of questioning, well, I think they're this to each other, but I'm not really sure. And when I can do that quick little tweak, usually if we have a new person sitting in that class, they're easily able to say, this is exactly what's going on, just from that little behavior change that I'll tell them, have a stronger point of view, understand what you've done, now deal with it. Once I'm able to do that, it's pretty clear out here in the audience who they are to each other. So when we talk about acting, we always say the art of specificity, right? We have to have specifics and we have to understand how we feel about everything, because in real life we would. And this is a great example of that. Very good, but we need that little tweak. Okay, so this is a great exercise of a relationship. I'm glad you guys were all here. Once again, if you'd like to join an online free class, please feel free to pop on that link below. Other than that, have a great day, and thanks, Pakob and Sam. Bye, guys.